So today training is about fire hydrants. It is in accordance with the IFC 2018 and NFPA 24 and NFPA 1142. So today we are going to learn about the fire hydrants, type of fire hydrants, and how they will work and what are the requirements. Okay, so let's start our training. Types of fire hydrants, location of fire hydrants, clear space around the hydrants that we required, distance between the fire hydrants, and fire hydrant accessibility and access. These are the topics I'm going to discuss today. Now the types of fire hydrants. How many types of fire hydrants will be there? First of all, we have the dry hydrants, and we have the wet hydrants, wet barrel and dry barrel. According to NFPA 1142 standard on water supplies for suburban and rural firefighting, dry hydrant is an arrangement of pipe permanently connected to a water source other than a piped, pressurized water supply system that provides a ready means of water supply for firefighting purpose and that utilizes the drafting suction capability of a fire department pump. That is the purpose of dry fire hydrant. People generally get confused between these two, so we should not get confused after this training. So we should have the clear understanding about the different fire hydrants. Dry fire hydrants. Let's discuss about this one. What is a dry fire hydrant? So temporary hard sleeves connection from fire engine pump intake to dry hydrant. So this is the connection, temporary connection. And permanently installed dry hydrant pipe. This is a permanently installed dry hydrant pipe. There is the frost line. There is the dry line. Water source such as lake. Okay, this is the lake below the drought line, and this is the strainer. In dry hydrant, water has to be drawn from the supply like lake, pond, reservoir tank by a fire pumper through a pipe. It is typically located underground. So dry fire hydrants, there will be no water. So what you have to do, you have to get the water from the lakes or ponds. Only then you will get the water. That's why we are calling it dry fire hydrants. I hope this is clear for you now, why we are calling it dry fire hydrants. Now the wet fire hydrants. In the wet fire hydrants, there will be water in the pipe. Now, these are the two different wet fire hydrants. We'll discuss for the first one first. Okay. This is the steam. Well, let's start from here. This is the water, pipe water. Okay, buried one below frost line. After the dry barrel, wet fire hydrant. This is the available water is held behind the value. So available water is held here. It is here behind the value. And this is the steam. And this is the outlet. The water will come out. And a steam operating nut. This is the steam operating nut. And the water will come out from here. The firefighting department team, they have to join the pipe over here. The second one we have minimum depth to avoid mechanical damage. There is the minimum depth we have to follow. There is the water. Wet barrel fire hydrant, and the steam water available up to outlet. The water available up to outlet is here now for this one. The before one, it was here. So this is the different one. So the water is available up to here. So this is the outlet. The water will come out from here. Private versus public fire hydrant. Everything after a street wall will be maintained by property owner. So if the fire hydrant, it is not in the public, it is not on the street, then that is a private one. And it should be maintained by the owner of the building or the place. So street wall, this is the street wall. It's going the street wall here, and fire line private to building. And this is the fire line, it's going to the building. So this is the private one. 8 water mains will be here, and fire hydrant public. And this is the private, this is the public hydrant, fire hydrant. Now, location of fire hydrant. What should be the location of fire hydrant, and how we should make sure, how we can make sure that the location is proper. 36 feet of clear space must be maintained around the hydrant. So these are the distance should be maintained around the hydrant. These. There should not be any obstruction. Minimum 457 millimeter from the floor, max 914 millimeter from the floor, from the ground. Bottom of the safety flange should be at least 2.5 inches above the grade where it is set. So this one should be 2.5 inches away from the ground where it is set. Minimum 5 inches minimum, and max it should be 36. Approximately 6 feet from traffic lanes when no curb is present. So approximately 6 feet gap should be maintained from the traffic. And 4.5 inches should be face the street. It should face towards the street. Now the location. It should not be like this. And there should not be any parking near the fire hydrants. No parking within 15 feet of a fire hydrant, which is marked by signage and painting. So wherever the fire hydrant is there, the area should be clearly marked and should be written that no parking, and the people, they should not be allowed to park vehicle over there. Otherwise, this type of situation will come up. Distance from the building. What are the distance should be there from the building of a fire hydrant? Okay, so this is the proposed building. Suppose this is a building where the where the fire is going on, and we have to use this fire hydrant to this building. So we have to make sure that when you are installing any fire hydrant, that should not be on the wall collapse zone. Wall collapse zone means whenever if there is any fire, so if the wall will collapse, that will fall down here. So you can't use that fire hydrant. And same here also. This is the wall collapse zone. So that fire hydrant should not be installed here, this position. So fire hydrant must be placed at least 50 feet, 40 feet from the building they serve. So the distance from the building should be maintained 40 feet away to make sure that you can use that fire hydrant properly without any obstructions, without any other hindrance. Avoid placing it in collapse zone perpendicular to the walls, and at least 40 feet from the building they serves and the public street. That the distance we have to maintain from the building. Now, distance from the building, crisscross fire hydrant. This is the proposed building where we have to use the fire hydrant. The distance is 25 feet, and this is the fire hydrant, public fire hydrant. And this is the another building where we can use the cross the road, proposed building, and this is the building also, and this is the 30 feet, and this is 60 feet, and this is 90 feet. Too close to building, proposed building. This is the one. So this design is called crisscross fire hydrant, where we can use the one fire hydrant to the different buildings by crossing the roads. So that is called crisscross fire hydrant. Now, distance between the fire hydrants. What should be the distance we have to maintain for the hydrants? First of all, we have to check that what is the type of the building, what is the purpose of that building which we're going to use where we're going to use the fire hydrants. Maximum distance between hydrants that we have to maintain, it is in feet. Industrial building and warehouses, the maximum distance should be 250 feet. Schools, daycare centers, it should be 300 feet. Offices, commercial establishments, church, hospitals, and nursing homes, it should be 350 feet. Apartments, multifamily dwellings, townhouses, so the distance should be 350 feet maximum. Single family dwellings, it should be 500 feet. Now, exactly these distance means. These measurements indicate what one fire hydrant can cover along the fire access road depending on building type, fire road, and number of fire streams required. So this is the distance means the fire hydrant that can cover. That is the distance we are showing here. Fire hydrant coverage. What fire hydrant can cover? So this is the proposed building within 150 feet. IIB B2 2-story 40 height, not sprinkled. So this is the fire hydrant, this is the firefighting vehicle, this is the firefighting vehicle here. Okay, and it is connected to the one fire hydrant up to 350 feet max coverage along required vehicle path. Fire trucks connect supply hoses to fire hydrants, so the distance is based on how far the truck can travel from a fire hydrant. So how far they can travel from this fire hydrant by connecting the hose on the fire hydrant. Path 1, this is the path 1. 350 max coverage along required vehicle path. So this is the 350 max they can coverage, but it is within 150. And it is from here, it is also 150. Now, fire hydrant coverage. Fire trucks access way. This is the fire truck access way. This is the fire truck access way. And this is the fire hydrant. Radius is 250. And this is the plot. Is it a right way to show hydrant coverage by drawing a circle around the hydrant? Is it the right way? So this is not the right way. The fire hydrant coverage, path of truck travel with hose lay. So this is the path of truck that will travel with the hose. And this is the plot. Coverage is not met if we consider circular coverage around the hydrant. So around the hydrant, we should not use the circular. So we can't cover the entire area. We need to check coverage by laying hose along the truck access path, considering all possible obstructions. So what you have to do when you are checking these fire hydrants can cover the area or not, what you have to do, you have to connect the hose, fire hose to the fire hydrant, and you have to go along with the truck to make sure that these are covering the possible paths, to make sure that they are not getting any obstructions around the path. So that's all from my side regarding the fire hydrants. I hope you like my videos, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel and like my videos, and please do share with your friends and your colleagues as well. So thank you so much for your time and patience. So see you in the next video.